5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
I thought I'll get you in a little bit more comfortable playing little hip hop music in the background and such like that, since that being your love these past couple of years, right, Leo?
Sir, no, sir.
I have to say that when I was doing research on you and such like that, I was trying to figure out what was your first love, music or wrestling?
Definitely wrestling. Definitely wrestling. Yeah, music. I never thought I would be here. I was always surrounded by music my entire life, but I never thought that I would be here. So it's pretty cool to see how powerful of a love and passion that I have for music now.
But with wrestling, like it seemed like you took such great strides, and you was able to accomplish a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, even if with your, sorry to say, but you kind of shorten the game, bro. You kind of short up. Was it difficult to break into wrestling as opposed to trying to break into music?
I don't think so, because I mean, when I first started out wrestling, when I was 18 years old, I was just coming out of high school. I just had my son. Um, I was a different animal back then. Like, my determination, my will to just succeed and just change my situation in general was so powerful. So I felt like there wasn't a task in front of me that I felt like I couldn't overcome. You know what I mean? I felt unstoppable. So yeah.
Was with your early days with wrestling, did you feel as though like you um maybe couldn't be able to like, get into that same mode? Like, what was like the toughest obstacles to get to? Like, taking the bumps, hitting the ropes. Like, what was the earliest things that was pretty tough to start breaking into when in the business?
The thing that was most tough for me was being patient, honestly. Uh, I felt like I've been an athlete my entire life. I started out when I was 5 years old, playing on team sports. Probably less than that, maybe like 4 years old playing team sports. I mean, I started out on t-ball, coach
Okay.
for baseball, and I played every sport since. So by the time I got to, I'm walking into professional wrestling, a pretty well-rounded athlete and all. The thing that was the hardest for me was being patient. I felt like I always wanted to move a lot faster in the game than I was probably ready for, from a business standpoint. But yeah, physically, I felt like I had it all down packed. I picked up things pretty quickly. But yeah, it was just it was just being a 18-year-old kid that wanted the world. Right.
I'm gonna pretty much assume that since you started in T-ball, that you didn't start your career as a pitcher.
Oh no. And then when I started being a pitcher, my I had to switch positions. Yeah, I just felt like I was always moving around. I was always wanting to play the field, and yeah.
So pretty much you had all that pent up energy. You had to get you out there, get you out in the field, get you out there playing sports and all that. What other sports were you attracted to as well when you were coming up?
Well, yeah, I was heavy in baseball. Like I said, I was real heavy in baseball. I played football up until high school because I started to run into winter season with wrestling. Um, so I was super focused on wrestling. I amateur wrestled.
Mhm.
Basketball, that stopped in high school because of the size. Yeah, and I've tried some other sports. Like I tried to swim. I did track and field. Um, yeah, yeah. I was an athletic dude back then.
But now you got that feet wet. You got into that ring, the square circle, and all of a sudden it just, like you said, things started coming naturally. And sure enough, man, you'll be coming to New York City, baby, with VxS Arrival coming on Friday, February 23rd. Ah, man, there's gonna be a pack. Now I can't wait. I'm mad hype for this, man. You and the crew are gonna be in the building. It's gonna be it's gonna be lit. I'm happy for them, and I've been watching you guys since the ground floor, man. VxS is they've been trying to be innovative and making some moves. It's something to be said that, for it pretty much fits the tone of you and the promotion as well. You guys are young. You guys are inspiring. You guys are innovative. What was it that drew your attention to VxS in the early days?
I think just what you said, like being young, being innovative, being fresh. Uh, you know, uh, people like an underdog. People like the underdog. People like the people that are wanting to accomplish greatness in the world. So I feel like that's what VXS is all about. I feel like this event, Arrival, this show, this epic show, that's stacked. It's all guys that's traveling the globe, showcasing why they're the best young wrestlers in the game today. So yeah, it's appropriate that I'm on this show. It's definitely appropriate that we're touching back in New York City, which is a place that I feel like you know I grew up in wrestling in New York. I grew up around the area in New Jersey and Philly, and being around those tough crowds and being in that cold weather and being hungry and starving and wanting to work. So yeah, it feels like I'm coming home, and that's the tour that I'm on right now, the Where's Home World Tour. So we making a stop in New York City.
Speaking of which, put this as your greatest achievements in order. Winning your first title, uh, parenthood, and releasing your first album.
Man, I gotta put Parenthood first.
That's a layup, right? That's pretty much a layup. That's automatic, right?
That changed me for real. Yeah, I love my boys. I love being a father. I love being a dad. You know what I mean? That's family. That's what I'm about. I think making it to WWE, I put that up there for number two, just because that was my childhood dream. I always wanted to be in WWE. I set my sights on that goal and I chased it down, and thank God I made it there at the age of 22 years old, which I'm still. I mean, that's amazing, especially around that time. Me being African American talent, me being young, and me not, growing up in the business, first generation. So I laid down the groundwork. Hopefully, one day, who knows? Maybe I just watched that movie the other day, the Von Erichs,
Yeah.
and I couldn't help but think about my boy. I'm like, man, I got three boys. That's yeah, and they seeing me do what I'm doing, and I've laid that groundwork down. So we'll see, man. But I'd say just continuing on with wrestling and wanting to still be hungry and still showcase what I'm about. I definitely think winning the X Division title was pretty cool. I really enjoyed my time in Impact Wrestling. That was pretty big for me. Something that I never thought that I'd be able to do. That's a straight up nostalgia moment for me. And then making it to Japan, wrestling in Japan, uh,
Mm.
back and forth, 5 tours, being able to win, the Super Junior Tag League tournament, being able to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom. Uh, yeah, I've been able to do some pretty cool things that I'm proud of.
Yeah, it seems like a big, like, everything seemed like you hit the fast lane. Everything was running before we heard of Lio Rush in the indies. Um he was getting a lot of backing from the fan base. The buzz was hitting with the socials. The Dirts were really riding the vibe, and then all of a sudden, boom, you put out, and you like you said, you're getting calls, and you're debuting in all these top tier promotions and such like that. Was it real? Um, was it like really life hitting you so fast, especially like you mentioned, you're a young father and such like that, and now you're going to be on the road and you're getting hit with different sides um, um, of fandom and such, and notoriety. What was it like having to go through those motions during that time period, especially you becoming a new father and such?
So I'll tell you this. This is my 10th year wrestling. Um, I believe the last time I was in WWE was about 5 years ago,
Mm.
or 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. I'm just now processing it. You know what I mean? I'm just now realizing all of the things that I've done, places that I've been, things that I've gone through. I'm just now being able to process it. Uh, Things have been moving so quickly for me. Every time I see videos of myself, on WWE, I think back and I'm like, man, did I really do this? This wasn't a dream. It feels so long ago. And me starting out wrestling felt so long ago. When I was on the indie scene and trying to make a name for myself, I was the youngest in the room, in all the rooms. Uh, and now, 10 years later, I'm walking in, locker rooms, and now I'm seeing so many young guys in the locker room. Back then I was the only young guy in the locker room, but now you got full rosters, you got full shows with young guys who are absolutely killing it. Not even just in their own promotion, but like I said, like on the globe. I mean, these guys are traveling the world. Um, and they look up to me. They're telling me, "Hey, I was watching you in WWE when I was in a freshman in high school," and that's so crazy to hear. Um, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah, it's crazy. 10 years seems like it's just yesterday. Like it seems like it's so fast how that happens. Like one minute you're sharing a locker room with like, six other people who are doing hot dogs and handshakes, and the next minute you're in backstage with legends and people who broke into the business. I could say this with VxS as well, and I'm looking at it. The Arrival this upcoming Friday the 23rd, guys, at Queens Elks Lodge. Big tickets are still available. You can get it at the wrestlinguniverse.com. Bell time is at 8 p.m. Tickets are still available, guys, but you guys don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be popping. I'm telling you, I can't wait to walk up in there and get crazy with it. But mentioning that, with VxS, like I mentioned before, you guys all came up together. Guys like Daniel Garcia passed through there, Masha Slamovich, and now you're the vet. Now you're the elder statesman. How is it now that you talk to these this young crew coming in, the men and women who are walking the same path that Lio Rush walked in 10 years ago?
I like I said, I'm grateful for it. It's not a position that I ever saw myself in. I don't know why. I never thought about being the veteran in the room, but still being so young. I feel like that's the part that trips me out sometimes. Because sometimes I'll have guys that are older than me asking me for advice, and I'm a pretty uh, yeah, it's a scary thing, because I know what worked for me. I know, the path that I took. I know the sacrifices that I made, not even for myself, but for my family. So I always get a little nervous when somebody looks up to me in that way, and if it's right there, face to face, and they want to follow in my footsteps. They want to do what I did. They want to, you know what I mean. So I just want to. I think overall, I just want to be a positive light for everybody. I feel like the most powerful thing you can do is just be yourself in front of the people who look up to you, and they if they grab certain things from you that are helpful in their journey or in their life or in their personality, whatever the case may be. Like that's it's just a blessing. So yeah, I'm ready to walk in. to a rival. I'm ready to main event that show. I'm ready to, be the veteran that people, see me as, and put on a show like only I know how. So
I'm interested because I say you're a fairly young man and you have three young boys and such, and I've been seeing you constantly just hitting the ground running, and I'll click on one site here and you're showing up on a show here. You're in the West Coast here, you're in the Northwest on this side, you're hitting Cali. Um, where do you find the time to like take a break? Like, what are we doing like to chill out? We putting the headphones on, we watching anime. Like, what is it that we doing to chill out? Because you everywhere, fam.
yeah, I mean, I've come to I love traveling, man. I love seeing. I think I think being able to travel the world at such a young age, it's just become who I am. I like being in new places. I like trying new food. I like being around different cultures. Uh, I grew up with both of my parents being entrepreneurs, so I feel like the hustle is just a part of me. I never mind it. Sometimes it don't feel like work because I love. As soon as I get off an interview with you, I'm heading over to go make a video with a production team with a rundown that I scripted out last night. I'm in the studio right now because this is where I was last night, putting in work. But I this is what I love doing. This is who I am. So it all, yeah, it feels like I'm always moving around, but at the same time, I'm happy. I'm happy, doing the things that elevate me and my career and inspire people and be able to provide for my family. So as long as I can do all of those things, then we good.
The hustle is real, bro. You're in the studio, like the hustle is still like it's still in there. That passion won't let you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When your album came out, I found it very interesting that you did like a great storytelling with it as well. Like every track, had the same feeling and story behind it. It was dealing with wrestling. You had one of a friend of the show. You had a boy Larry Legend on it as well. It was a great um meshing of you and just your upcoming in the business and as well with music. Any sneak peeks of what we grinding on with the next project with you in the studio?
Man, I'm working on a couple different things right now. And it all doesn't have to do with music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I got a new single out right now. It's called "The Rub." I'm pretty heavy on that right now. I'm pushing that. I'm trying to get the word out for that. So that's one of those tracks. If you like wrestling, if you like music, if you like hip hop, that's the track for you. It's a bunch of wrestling references in there that a lot of people are gonna like. Music videos out right now too. So yeah, "The Rub" is out. I'm always working, I'm always recording, I'm always getting projects together for the future, or just putting stuff in the vault. But yeah, I got some heat coming this year. This year,
Ooh.
uh, yeah, yeah, this is the year for sure.
Is it shocking for you to like to run into these rappers now that everybody in the hip hop and they come to you and you realize that they're big wrestling fans like nowadays that they're using it as punchlines and ad libs and such like in battle rap and even in the the mainstream rap these days. Is it cool when when you hear this or just people approach you and you probably even in somebody's bars?
Yeah, no, I mean, I always enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. I think the cultures are very similar. The tone of both worlds are very similar, and I feel like that's why we like each other so much. Every time moving out to LA 4 years ago and being out here kind of just opened me up to a whole new world, put me in rooms that I never thought that I'd be in. Um, and just showing that celebrities are people, and people have interests, and musicians and rappers, they love wrestling. So every time they get a chance to meet a wrestler, they seen that wrestler on TV, and we got a common ground where I like their music, I grew up watching their music. It's always like a cool experience, and Yeah, I think we're just getting started with the music, rap, hip hop, wrestling relationship. That's still growing. I think there's so much more to be explored and so much more to be experienced with those two worlds colliding.
Yeah, it was always early on in the days, especially my days of Eeyore, because I am much of an elder statesman when it comes to the history of wrestling. That it was always that rock and wrestling connection, and then nowadays it seems as though how hip hop has now become the norm in the business as well, and as well with the VxS with the arrival this upcoming Friday, the 23rd at Queens, New York, at Queens Elks Lodge, guys. Front row and second rows are sold out, so pretty much all other tickets are available. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Lio Rush is facing Ares. This is going to be a match to you're going to put your cameras out and want to take pictures and videos of this, man. You're excited for this one, especially what's at stake here, man. This is something that's going to be big. Like you said, you're an East Coast dude. Gotta put your thumbprint on this one. We ready to rip for this one?
Yeah, man. I saw RS in the airport the other day. He had to bump shoulders with me.
Oh,
It's going down. I'm telling you, this is gonna be one of the matches that people are gonna be talking about for a long time, especially in the New York area. So if you around, if you've never seen Lio Rush live, if you've never been to a VxS event, if you've never experienced wrestling in general, you want to come to this show because this one is going to be special. It's going to be a lot of big names in the building, including myself. And like I said, I'm going to put on a show like only I know how. The man of the hour, the bad child, the piece of gold. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I'm telling you, this is I'm when I heard the announcement of this was going down, especially what's at stake, because you know, to me, I've heard some stuff, I heard some shit going down, and VXS might be debuting a title along the way, and I'm hoping to see that maybe you might be involved in that.
Hey, when you see the purple lights behind me, hey, this might be right place, right time.
This we might be getting like little breadcrumbs showing us, leading us the way to somewhere to morph.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not gonna hold you up for too long, man. But I just want to give you a couple of more questions out here and let it be known that you showing back up at VXS it's inspirational for everybody else to know that New York is back. New York City's back on the scene. You being an East Coast dude as well, knowing that this is important to us as well. Um, any matches down the line, indies, mainstream wrestling, such that you're looking forward to, any dream matches that you see that could be forthcoming in the next year or so?
Uh, Man, within the next year, it's like, what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks? What's going to happen tomorrow? I feel like wrestling is such a crazy time right now. Feels like anything is possible. I'm just looking forward to the possibilities, to the things that people never thought would be possible. I'm looking to showing up to places I've never been. I'm looking up forward to returning to some places that I haven't been to in a very long time. But like I said, we're on the Where's Home World Tour right now. I'm going to be hitting Queens. And then shortly after that, I'm heading up to Maine. I'm heading up to Worcester, Massachusetts. And then we're going off to the UK and Europe for about a month. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a lot of countries over there that I'm tapping into. Romania, South Wales, London, Germany, Ireland, France. So I'm going all over the place, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, shit, the Moth ain't playing no games, fam. Shit, that passport gonna be hit. That stamp is gonna be hit a couple of times on there, man. But I do have to ask, what changes that's been occurring, especially with the promotion that you mentioned earlier, that seems as though they've been seeing some big changes happening in the past couple of years or so. If the Yankees call again, will you be answering that phone call?
I mean, I ain't got nobody blocked, so I'm gonna be right here. I always got my phone on me.
Just saying, because I know a lot of people said, yo, it was good that he made it up there, but we just saw just a piece of what Lio Rush was able to do. Just a snippet. Maybe we could see something else forthcoming. But in any case, with any company, man, anybody who brings in a Lio Rush, it looks like you have the wrestling world in your hands, man. And what I admire is that, you're able to spread out and take your business the way it is, as the people say, stand on business. And you've been able to open it up to going from one promotion to another, free form, and been able to do that, man. And it's a pleasure that that you've been able to share your wrestling talents to the fan base, man. I greatly appreciate your time, man. I know you're heavily busy, man, and I just want to let everybody know that Lio Rush, once again, with VxS Arrival this Friday, February 23rd, Queens, New York, at Queens Elks Lodge, 8 p.m. bell time. Doors open at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Get your tickets at thewrestlinguniverse.com. Front row, second row already sold out, so get your GAs and all other seating available, man. Lio, thanks again for your time, man. Don't hang up yet, but I just want to be clear. Let everybody know where your socials at and where everybody can hit you up at.
Definitely. If you want to follow my journey, follow, everything that I'm doing right now, keep up to date with what I'm doing with my music, with everything. Follow me on all of my social medias at I am Lio Rush. That's on X, that's on Instagram, that's on TikTok, that's on YouTube. So I am Lio Rush. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Like I said, don't hang up yet, and I'm just gonna close it out here, guys. Thanks again for checking in. It was a big moment for here at Turnbuckle Tabloid, and don't miss out with VxS coming this Friday, 8 p.m. Guys, don't want to miss it. And as always, check you guys in a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.